So we're going to be looking at some basic drills for the shoulder, looking at prehab and rehab style exercises, things to help loosen everything off and keep the shoulder moving nicely. So these are drills that you can do at any point in time. They're not isolated to the shoulder themselves. They will also help the elbow and the wrist. So this is looking at getting any tightness through the upper trap, pec, all of that kind of stuff to relax before you go into a strength session or after a strength session. So we only need a couple of basic props for this setup. So we have a stick, okay, and another prop that we're going to need will be just something to balance in your hand. All right. So the first thing we're going to go through is supination and pronation of the wrists. So I'm going to be looking at keeping my elbow in close to my body, my shoulder pulled back and down, and just grabbing the stick and allowing the weight of the stick to pull my wrist into a supinated position. And then I gently pull the stick back up and go into a pronated position. So what this is doing is gently encouraging rotation at the radial head in the elbow. Okay, so we have two bones that glide over a joint in the elbow that allow our hand to turn palm up and palm down. The gentle weight of the stick is just encouraging that rotation. Okay, by keeping the shoulder against the body and the elbow against the side, we're actually isolating down, or not so much isolating, but encouraging the movement to happen primarily at the elbow. So you'd look at doing this one in a nice slow tempo for 10 reps. Now with the grip, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see from that distance, so I'll bring it closer. When the stick is on one side of my body, I have a relatively decent grip. I'm not looking at relaxing my fingers and allowing the stick to come down to the ground. If I decrease the pressure here, it decreases the pressure here. So what I want to do as I lower down is keep a relatively firm grip and encourage rotation at the elbow. The same goes for the other side. When I get here, I'm not looking at relaxing my hand and allowing the stick to hang down without changing the elbow. I'm keeping a tight grip. Okay, and the weight of the stick is going to pull me into that pronated position. Once again, this should be nice and gentle rather than going into a range of pain. Right. From that, we've got another drill that we're going to look at, which will go into the pronation and supination of the wrist, but we'll also encourage internal and external rotation at the shoulder. Okay. One thing and one of the advantages to this drill, which you'll see in a moment, is that it's also going to encourage the body to move with the shoulder, rather than just isolating the shoulder itself. So we have the stick in our hand. I want you to think of like a 5-year-old playing pool. You're going to grip the stick at one end and make this sort of motion. That's the 5-year-old playing pool part. All right, so from here the hand comes in, elbow stays close to the body. I push the elbow down, hand up towards my shoulder, allow the elbow to come up towards the roof, and then I straighten the arm out. Okay? My shoulder is internally rotated and I have a little bit of pressure on my elbow. I come around and I move back out. Okay. I don't want to be gripping super hard on this one. Okay, so there is a little bit of tension. I'm not cheating, but at the same time, I'm not tensing up so much that my arm or my wrist or my elbow can't move. Okay. So hand comes in, stick comes up towards the armpit. The stick brushes down and then I straighten my arm back out again. Okay, there's a nice rotation through the forearm on this one. I come back around. Okay, if I want to make this one a little bit stronger, I can just go further down the stick, so there's more on this side of my hand. And then when I pull up, I've got more rotation that needs to happen to get the stick past my armpit. Okay, so you're looking at doing 10 reps on each arm and allowing, once again, that torso to change position as you do this, and that rotation to be encouraged at the forearm and at the shoulder. All right, the next drill is a little bit of a mind trick in a sense, but we're going to be going between two grips. So we have the palm facing down to the ground, normal fist position. Turn all the way around to one side, okay? And then we're going to continue to turning all the way around. Thumb goes down towards the ground, the grip changes on the stick slightly, and we end up with the hand across here like this, okay? Now how that works with the rest of the body, once again, I'm realizing that my shoulder is connected to my body with this one, and it's relaxing and gentle rotation through the shoulder. So I just look at going between those two positions, and if you notice my torso changes, I'm just allowing the path of least resistance, and the stick should feel nice and loose. There shouldn't be any tension as I do this. Okay? The more you understand the movement, the more you can keep your grip relatively tight. The more you learn the movement, the more you might need to have a soft grip and allow the stick to move through the fingers. Alright, so with this one I'd do it for time. I'd be looking for 60 to 90 seconds per arm, and once again just allowing that gentle rotation in the shoulder, in the forearm. Okay, next drill, nice and simple. So I'm just going to use like an envelope here. But you can use a foot slider, you can use a yoga block, you can use a ball, you can use anything. But I basically got this envelope in my hand, palm facing up with an open palm. All right. From here, I'm going to draw a circle. So if I imagine that my fingers are a knife, I'm cutting towards my belly button. Okay. I move my body out of the way, and then I bring above my head. So circle below the shoulder, circle above the shoulder. And I'm looking at keeping the envelope facing up towards the roof the whole time. Now, once again, if you look at my body is moving a hell of a lot to enable this to happen. My shoulder is super soft, there's no tension. As I get more accustomed with this movement, I might be able to decrease the amount that my body moves, but I'm not looking at increasing tension in my shoulder. Okay. So with this one, like the one with the stick before, what I'd be looking at is timed reps. So I'd be looking at doing that 60 to 90 seconds. Okay, next drill is super simple once again. So our arm is designed to move freely. So if you think of throwing a ball, like punching someone, that kind of action, the shoulder wants to be able to feel free and move in many directions. And it wants to be extension of the body, okay? So when we do a lot of strength work, we tend to hold everything in nice and tight and move in one restricted plane. What we're looking at with these drills is to do the opposite, to encourage elasticity back into the shoulder, to allow the shoulder blade to glide over the rib cage. All right, so the next one I'm going to be going through is the arm swing. So just a single arm swinging backwards behind you, okay? Once again, if you look at my torso is moving a lot, and my shoulder is responding to my torso, okay? Thumb's pointing up towards the roof on the way back, and the arm feels nice and heavy, okay? It's swinging like a pendulum, okay? So I might spend 60 seconds swinging with one arm, and then change 60 seconds swinging with the other arm. All right. Then, if I want to, I can encourage that rotation through the shoulder further. Once again, no tension in the shoulder. The shoulder wants to feel like it's responding to the body. I might go in circles above my head and just allow the shoulder to loosen off, okay? If I've got that, I'm then going to double arm swing. Once again, feeling nice and heavy through the shoulders and just encouraging everything to loosen up and reconnecting my body with my shoulder. All right, give that a shot, guys. See how you go. Let me know.